Here's something wild. Your thoughts can literally change the physical structure of your brain, not metaphorically, not inspirationally, literally. A UCLA neuroscientist named Schwartz proved this by helping people with OCD rewire their brains just by thinking differently. No drugs, no surgery, just mental strategies that showed up on brain scans as actual physical changes. And if you're feeling lost right now, stuck in a loop, unsure where you're headed, this might be the most important thing you learn today. Because mastering yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding that you're literally building a different person with every choice you make. Let me tell you about someone who spent years absolutely lost. College graduate, wants to be a writer, has no clue what to write about. Tries journalism, hates it. Articles get forgotten in a week, and when you're someone who studied ancient Greek and Latin, who thinks in terms of millennia, writing for 3-day news cycles feels soul-crushing. So he quits, backpacks through Europe trying to write a novel, lives in London, Paris, Ireland, Greece, teaches English in Spain, can't finish anything, gets depressed. By all accounts, he's failing. But here's what he didn't realize. He was learning. In journalism, he learned to write under pressure, to craft opening sentences so compelling you had to keep reading. Trying to write novels taught him storytelling. Working in Hollywood taught him research. Every failed experience was adding a brick to a foundation he couldn't see yet. 18 years of this. 18 years of what felt like wandering in the wilderness. And then he wrote the 48 Laws of Power. That person was Robert Greene, and suddenly everything clicked. All those skills he'd been building converged. The world opened up because he'd unknowingly been preparing for it the entire time. When you develop a skill seriously, not casually but with genuine focus, you're not just learning information, you're physically rewiring your brain. Neurons that weren't connected before start linking up, pathways get stronger, the actual matter of your brain changes. Think about that. Something non-material, like a thought or practice, changes something material, the biology of your brain. That's not self-help fluff, that's neuroscience. When you have no skills, no developed talents, life is chaos. You hit one dead end, try another path, circle back, try something else. You're lost in a maze with no map. But when you've developed real skills, you have direction. The problem is, we live in a world where nobody tells you what to study, what path to take. You have to find it yourself. And that's terrifying, but it's also where the magic happens. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, cool, but I feel powerless right now, there's one law that might change everything. Enter with boldness. Here's the truth. If you feel timid, if you're not confident, your projects will fail because you feel that way. You enter with the wrong energy. But if you do something boldly, even if it's stupid, even if it fails, people admire it. Everyone loves the bold. There's this guy who started a magazine called Bad Ideas in the early 2000s. His mother told him it was a terrible idea, so he literally made that the title. He just did it, boldly and unapologetically. That confidence created a self-fulfilling dynamic. Think about Elon Musk. The man doesn't start a minimal business about maybe sending some rockets up there. He starts SpaceX with the goal of colonizing Mars. That's bold, and people respond to that. Everyone nowadays is so similar, so afraid, so desperate to fit in. If you go out there and start something that's uniquely you, that proclaims I'm a different voice, you're going to get attention. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Young men feeling lost. And before anyone clicks away, this applies to everyone, but there's a specific confusion happening around masculinity worth addressing. The word masculine has become almost negative, but that competitive drive, that ambition, that energy to assert yourself, it's not inherently bad. Toxic masculinity is absolutely real, but there are also virtues in masculinity we've forgotten. Real masculine strength, it's treating people well from a position of security. It's not needing to put others down to feel better. It's respecting women because you're secure in who you are. You don't need to prove you're a man by demeaning anyone. Self-control is a masculine virtue. Being able to channel your aggression into something productive, that's strength. Robert Greene channeled all of his competitive edge, all of his frustration into writing the 48 Laws of Power. He poured that aggression into exposing manipulation, into being unflinchingly real. He found a way to channel uncertain energy, energy that could go either way, into something valuable. That's alchemy. Taking what could destroy you and forging it into something powerful. So here's what mastering yourself actually means. It's being comfortable with who you are. It's recognizing that those years you feel like you're wandering, you might be building skills you can't see yet. It's understanding that your brain is literally changing as you learn. It's being bold enough to start even when you're scared. It's channeling your energy into creation rather than destruction. You might only be laying the foundation right now. You might feel lost in the wilderness, but keep building brick by brick, skill by skill, because one day the world will open up, not because you got lucky, but because you were ready. The soil is rich. Now something great can grow.